Hi, this is Angel Ancestors Tarot, and I am here to do the weekly guidance reading for Cancer. So, welcome, Cancers. If you're new here, thank you for having me. Welcome to my channel. I provide intuitive and guidance readings from Spirit. If you are Sun, Moon, or Rising in Cancer, or if you're just cross watching, you are welcome to stay. I am not putting a date on none of these guidance messages. I want you to be able to refer back to them if they do resonate in the future, or if it doesn't resonate right now but maybe a week from now, a month from now, it does resonate and you just want to come back. I don't want to have a specific time frame because timing is fluid, having that kind of restriction on the video and the message. So I went ahead and pulled your cards here, Cancer, and we're just going to do a guidance reading, which is your situation, your obstacle, your guidance message, and the outcome here. And then I pulled an oracle card. So I have been sitting here and kind of channeling some messages from Spirit to kind of let me know what I need to deliver to you as far as message. So we're going to dive right in. The first card you have here is the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So the Four of Pentacles is about kind of holding on to something a little too strongly. And it could be a mindset, it could be possessions, it could be, holding on to money, but it's like overly cautious and kind of like paranoid energy. Maybe you're scared about something, maybe you have PTSD, maybe you just feel that you need to be cautious about a specific situation here. And it's kind of really weighing on you and your mental. It could also be that you are comfortable where you are, but maybe Spirit wants you to kind of move out of that box. It's kind of like that young adult that's maybe living with their parents and they're just really comfortable and they don't want to leave home. And it's not a bad thing, especially now with everything going on, everything's so expensive, and we're kind of scared to jump into something new, something unknown. But it is a card of restriction as well. It is a card about holding on to something a little too tightly and being a little overly cautious here with this Four of Pentacles. And it's also Capricorn energy. So it's Capricorn in Sun, and Sun is about your ego. So maybe, moving past your ego and kind of looking at a way to think outside the box. Now here in your obstacles, you have Six of Wands. Now, with it being an obstacle, it is a reverse card. And this is usually about expansion, and, kind of moving forward. If there were any delays, things are opening up. But with it being an obstacle, that lets me know that there are some delays. Now, with it being Six of Wands, this is Leo energy, and Leo is about strength. But with it being in reverse, maybe you're lacking that strength. It's also Jupiter energy as well, and Jupiter is about expansion. So maybe you're feeling that in some area of your life, it's not really moving forward, it's not really expanding, it's not really coming into fruition. There's a little bit of delays. There really isn't any much success, and that is your obstacle here. But I think with the Four of Pentacles, with this stagnant energy, you kind of have to step outside that box in order to, get rid of this feeling here, this feeling of, obstacles and restriction and wanting to expand. But it begins with you first. So, as your guidance message here, you have the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords is about that healing energy, that recovery. Let's say if it's a health issue, now's the time to rest. If it's, something traumatic that happened, or just something that's really weighing you down, now's the time to really go inward and kind of heal from that before you kind of do your next step. And I think that's very important, to kind of rest and reset. And with this Four of Swords, this is Libra energy. And again, it's in Jupiter. It is about expansion. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that there is something that you want to move forward with, but you're kind of feeling stuck and stagnant. But I don't feel there is any external restrictions per se. It almost feels like it's just a fear that you have, and you're holding on to a thought process or maybe something too tightly, and kind of just letting that go so that you can fly and you can expand here. Now, with the outcome here, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is beautiful because what that tells me is that you're kind of going to go back to the drawing board here. You know, Eight of Pentacles is about using your current talents and, you know, your current ideas and things that you acquired through life and kind of revamping them and maybe making them better, kind of producing them in a way that can kind of help you succeed financially. So with it being Eight in Pentacles here, this is Virgo energy, and it's also sun. So, you know, sometimes it is good to tap into that ego and kind of see where you can make some self improvement. But this could have to do with maybe going back to school or maybe a different career or maybe picking up a trade or just, you know, any talents that you currently have and you want to enhance them is going to happen, you know, as the outcome. But you do need to rest and you do need to heal first and kind of get back in the groove of things because right now you're feeling a little stagnant with this Four of Pentacles. And one of the main obstacles is that there's some delays, or there might have been some delays, and maybe you're just stuck in that thinking, okay, there's no way out, but there is a way out. But first you have to heal from whatever, you know, has been bothering you, or maybe just physically healing. You know, it could be that you just went through a surgery, or you know, maybe you just gave birth, or you know, whatever the case may be, you need to heal from something, whether it's physical or emotional or internal, to kind of, you know, get your emotions in check so that you can go back out, you know, in that work field or whatever it is that you're trying to attain, and trying to kind of go back to the drawing board and make it better. Now, as your oracle card here, you got Animal Guardian, okay? And it's trust your instincts. So we're going to go ahead and read from the book here. And that's a beautiful card to come out. So it's trust the powerful animal spirit within to learn more about yourself and your talents. Okay, so yeah, I do definitely feel that right now you're kind of going through a phase where you're trying to figure out your place in the world. Um, it's not a lost energy, but it's it almost feels like it's a fear of the unknown, and maybe you've been in a situation for so long that you think that's the only way of doing something, or it's the only option. And maybe you're thinking about ways out with this Six of Wands here as your obstacle. You're thinking of ways out. You're coming up with all these different ideas, and maybe it's really weighing on you right now, and maybe you just need to kind of sleep on it with the Four of Swords, you know, that healing, that rest and reset and that recovery. And then once you really kind of have a brand new fresh approach, you can kind of go back out there with a, you know, with these fresh ideas after that rest and that healing, and kind of get yourself back out there and maybe start something again, you know, that maybe you started before, or maybe revamp some new ideas, or like I said, go back to school or start a new career, or, you know, some training or a new project. It can be a wide range of things. So with this Animal Guardian, it could also be that you're an animal lover. You know, if there's a specific animal in your life, maybe you have a pet, a cat, a dog, a bird, you know, or if you just love animals in general, whether they're domestic or, you know, they're family pets that you have at home. Now's the time to really connect with those animals during this resting time. I know a lot of the times in even the nursing homes, when patients are going through healing, they kind of bring in service animals to kind of keep them company. And it's something about animals that kind of, you know, bring that healing effect to you, because they don't judge, they don't speak, they just want to be around, and they do offer like this energy of balance and healing. So with this Animal Guardian, you have a powerful animal within that can be wild, protective, instinctive, and even calm. Animals don't second guess how they feel. I just said that. They just express it. And you can learn from that. When this card arises, it's important to connect with how you really feel, how you want to feel, and what you really need. Take the time to connect with your animal energy and express it naturally. Let even the fierce energy move through you before returning to your natural state. It will teach you a lot about your gifts and how you can grow. So, yeah, Cancer, I do feel that right now is definitely a time to kind of rest. I know you're probably thinking of, what are you going to do? You probably feel even some pressure and um, even moving. I'm kind of picking up that maybe you're in a situation where you have to move, or someone's putting pressure on you to move, or maybe you're just putting pressure on yourself, or just trying to think of an option on how to get out, like kind of an escape plan. And that's fine and all, but you're not going to be able to get a clear you're not going to be clear minded about it until you really kind of heal and give your mind that rest. I think you're thinking too much about it, and maybe that's where this Four of Pentacles is coming out. Like you're too cautious about something. Maybe you're worried about something. Maybe I don't know. It kind of feels like there's this pressure, but it's pressure, but then you're stagnant about it as well. And maybe you're trying to figure out, an option out. But I think what Spirit wants you to know that right now is really a time to rest and heal, you know, um, and kind of get that recovery, that energy of recovery, because you can't really do anything if you're just really exhausted. And that also means physically and mentally and emotionally. So if you are just, have run yourself so thin, how can you think straight? You need to be able to think straight so that you can make good decisions. But the outcome here is that you are going to get back out there. You are going to, do everything that you said you were going to do. And like I said, maybe it's going back to school, or starting a new career, or starting a new project, or starting a new business, or maybe using your current skills and kind of revamping them, um, and kind of using your talents, maybe, but all these ideas are going to come to you with rest and healing, you know. And like I said, it could be physical. You could have just had a surgery. You could be going through an injury. You could have just gave birth, or emotionally, you could have went through a traumatic, experience. You could have, maybe you're bringing yourself out of some deep depression, whatever the case may be. Right now is the time for healing and recovery. And, once you get that clear mind, you can go back out there with a fresh point of view and kind of finish what you started. Okay. So, again, if any of these messages resonate in any way, shape, or form, leave a comment, subscribe for your next guidance reading. And until next time, take care.